Meanwhile, three female staffers in the Colorado Capitol complaining about having to share the bathroom with a biological man. And when they filed an anonymous complaint, they were told to sit down and hush up or risk losing their jobs. Well, one Colorado Republican lawmaker now standing up for those ladies. Joining me now is Scott Bottoms, a Colorado state representative. Mr. Representative, good to have you with us. This is an absolutely insane story. So what's going on here?
Yes, sir. First, thank you for having me. This is actually layers and layers deep. This is just the part that's now being heard outside of the state of Colorado. But these staffers have made a formal complaint. There has been men using the women's bathrooms for a long time. One's a sitting representative. There's some aides they're all men. They claim to be women. I don't go by that ideology or philosophy, but these women finally stood up after a few years of people just taking it, and they filed a formal complaint. And the Speaker of the House and the Democrat side of the House has basically shut them down, threatened their jobs, all kinds of things. And this is why I stepped in, is to try to help the situation.
You know, again, we've seen these stories, these reports all over the country where women are just being shoved aside for these transgender activists. Has that been a big issue there in Colorado?
It's actually one of the biggest issues in Colorado, specifically in the state legislature. We just passed a bill this last week. It's now going to the governor's desk, and basically the bill, you can look it up. It's House Bill 1312. This bill is going to take children away from parents if they do not adhere to a transgender ideology, and it now actually is attacking schools and churches and any kind of campgrounds or anything. If you don't let boys in girls' bathrooms, you can be shut down, you can lose your jobs, there's all kinds of things. And the biggest is you can have your children taken away, which has been a problem already in Colorado for a few years. This is the number one issue for the Speaker of the House. She's very pro-trans ideology, and she will destroy people and women and everybody that gets in the way of her ideology.
I'm just really surprised here. Again, Colorado had been traditionally a pretty red state, but here lately, you guys have just been churning out some pretty far left ideology up at the state capitol. What happened?
Well, this goes back for a while, but really, what's happening right now, if you bring it up to today, the leftists that are in the House, and I don't even want to call them Democrats. These are true leftist Marxists. They are control freaks. They will not let free speech happen. In fact, last year I was gavelled down and kicked out of the well because I misgendered somebody or dead named somebody. And I told them, I don't accept your ideology. This is not okay. I don't think there is such a thing as misgendering. I don't think there is such a thing as dead naming. Those are fake little conversation control pieces. Well, what happens is now the leftists in the House in Colorado have basically said, we're going to be the most liberal state in the United States. We passed, and the governor already signed, the worst Second Amendment bill ever in the history of the United States for any state. We passed it this year, and it's going to take about 90% of the ability to buy firearms away from the people of Colorado. They do not represent the Democrats of the state anymore. They have eclipsed that, and they are going after our children. They're going after complete control, complete Marxist control over the state.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Representative Scott Bottoms, I know you're running for governor. You want to be the next governor of Colorado. Good luck to you, and we'll get you back on very soon. Thank you again, and good luck. All right.